Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the week 2 of the Border NFL Gurus Commissioner's Address. As always, I will be your host and still remain your trusted commissioner. Week 2. Wow, we had some epic blowouts, a couple tight games, but kind of it was a snooze fest. But the story of the week was really the injuries. I mean, we had Drew Brees go down for 6 weeks. Big Ben done for the season. Might be a couple more in there. I forget. But you know what the hell? Let's dive right into it. Let's start with Joe Buck yourself and Skol. Skol taking this one 125-89. Handily taking this one. Which actually pushes him to 1-1, but drops Joe Buck yourself to 0-2 and to an 11th place in the league. Tough start for Joe Buck yourself. Skol led by Dalvin Cook, had a nice day. Kelvin Ridley, Matt Ryan on the Sunday Nighter teamed up and looked pretty good. Joe Buck yourself led by Aaron Jones. Outside of that, pretty disappointing day for his squad. That is failed to crack 100, so that is not ideal. But that win puts Iggy into 6th. Going into week 3. Moving over to Billy Large and the Panty Raiders. Billy Large taking this one in somewhat of a snooze fest. Neither team cracks 100, but Billy goes ahead and takes that win 97-88. That leaves Billy at 1-1 and in the 7th spot, and drops Panty Raiders into the basement with me at 0-2. We're the only two teams that are 0-2 in the league right now. He's behind me though, so he's way in the basement. But Billy led by Nick Chubb had a nice day. His defense was relatively solid, but nobody tore it up. Panty Raiders led by Austin Eckler. He's really thriving in that starting role with San Diego, but it was not enough. And like I said, Panty Raiders loses that one. 97-88 once again. So moving over to Hanging with Hernandez and Race Finkles. Race Finkles taking this one 121-102. Hanging with Hernandez, who fucking roasted me last week with 150 some points, puts up 102 this week. So if I would have played him this week, I'd have won. But it is what it is. So, 121-102. That moves Race Finkles to 1-1, but drops Hanging with Hernandez to 1-1. So Hanging with Hernandez sitting in 3rd, Race Finkles sitting in 8th. Hernandez led by Dak Prescott, who had another nice week. But, everyone's just gushing over Dak Prescott this year. Well, he's played the Giants and he's played the Redskins. So let's not get too crazy on this guy yet. But everyone wants to crown him as, one of the top guys in the league. But I don't know about that. Anyway, that's another discussion for another day. Race Finkles, not one guy carried his team. Just a solid effort throughout. Mayfield, Cooks, Devontae Adams, Jacobs. Myles Garrett had a big night last night. Harrison Smith, Roquan Smith for the Bears, another nice week. Cam Jordan. Just a solid overall outing. So, well done to Race Finkles. Moving over to Clug the Plug versus Rogers Dodgers. Rogers Dodgers taking this one 120-112. That leaves Rogers Dodgers at 2-0 and drops Clug the Plug to 1-1. Rogers Dodgers led by Derrick Henry, Zeke Elliott. That tandem's been good for him so far this year. And his kicker also had a nice day. Luke Kuechly, 18.5 points. Pick up the safety. And he was in on 17 tackles. Not bad. Clug the Plug led by Lamar Jackson again, who tearing it up. Travis Kelce at 16. Just a couple nice days from his guys there, but it was not enough. And Rogers Dodgers in 2nd place and Clug the Plug in 5th place. Moving over to Danny Chuck and TDs and rosterbation. Holy fuck. Rosturbation, you just got fucking cranked. 168 to 54. 54. Like, that's not impressive at all. Danny Chuck and TDs, that puts them up to 2-0 in first place in the league and drops Rosturbation to 1-1 and to 9th place in the league. Danny Chuck and TDs led by Tom Brady, OBJ, Saquon, Vance McDonald. Where'd that come from, right? And defense had a solid day. Jamie Collins, New England, 22 points. Martinez, 11.5. Just a real nice weekend. But the major story here, Rosturbation losing Drew Brees. That's crippling. I mean, he either rocks with Kyler Murray next week, which he has been bad. He gets a lot of garbage time because they always lose. But I'm not a Kyler guy, but we'll see. We'll see what he does. See if he can work some of that waiver wire prowess. Regardless, 168 to 54. Oh, that could be the worst beatdown I've ever seen in this league. Maybe ever. I don't know. And last but not least, Vic This versus Suck My Ditka. Vic This handily taking this one, 124 to 66. Tough weekend for Suck My Ditka. Big story again. Big Ben gone for the year. So that leaves Suck My Ditka with Mitchell Trubisky as their starting quarterback. See what they do on the waiver wire. Vic This led by Patty Mahomes once again, 40 points, excuse me. Julio Jones with 23. Man, he's really starting to pan out after I dropped him. 2 touchdowns, 106. He had a nice game on Sunday night. And that's about it. Those were his big gunners. And Suck My Ditka led by Cooper Kupp, Todd Gurley. Outside of that, nothing real impressive. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and jump right into the Jackass of the Week. Well, you know, I think this one just has to go to the worst beatdown I've ever seen. Rosturbation, you are our Jackass of the Week. You lost by 113.70 points. 113. You could have played twice and not scored that many. And you lost by that much. That's how bad it was. Like, bad. So you, sir, are our Jackass of the Week. Congratulations. And our blowout of the week, should be able to figure this one out. Considering I just spent a couple seconds talking about that. Again, Rosturbation getting blown out by Danny Chuck and TDs by 113 points. Ugly stuff. Ugly stuff. But let's see if he can rebound going into next week. So, looking ahead to next week, we got Joe Buck yourself, 0-2, needs a win. Like, it's not optional. Playing Race Finkles, should be able to knock off that crew of bums. Billy Large playing Rogers Dodgers. That's a 2-0 versus 1-1. Well, the majority of the leagues are 1-1. Pretty much everybody except for me, Panty Raiders, Rogers Dodgers, and Danny Chuckin. Everybody else is at 1-1. Hanging with Hernandez playing Rosturbation, that's 3v9. Plug the Plug playing Suck My Ditka, that's 5v10. Skull playing Danny Chuck and TDs, and Panty Raiders facing off against Vic This. So the waiver wire should be active this week. Like I said, we had some big injuries. For myself, I know James Conner's out, Njoku's out with a concussion. Things are starting to get pretty lean out there already. But it is what it is. We all got injuries we got to overcome. So until next week, keep playing that wire. All hail the commish.